What's going on, everybody? Gentleman94 here. Welcome back to Ben Builds. Today we are doing another kit unboxing, something that is unprecedented as of late here for my channel. I don't normally buy kits. I've said it before and I'll probably say it again. But recently there have been some killer deals going on online, and so I've really wanted to pick up a couple of kits that I really haven't had a chance to pick up before. And especially for this one here. This is the F3H-2 Demon. Now, the Demon is one of those aircraft that I've always wanted to build, and up until recently there hasn't been a purely injected molded plastic kit until now. And there's actually two versions of the Demon. There's the F3H-2 and the F3H-2N, both by Hobbyboss, both 1/48 scale. As you can see here, there's actually 4 different versions that you can build from 4 different squadrons. And that's really cool. I like it when companies give you multiple decal options. I mean, something's to be said for Edwards. A weekend edition is just very cheap. It's like 20 bucks for the model. It comes with 1 set of decals. That's fine. But if I'm going to pay $30 for a model and I can get 4 different, decal sets out of it, props go out to Hobbyboss. That's a pretty good deal. I got this one squadron along with 2 other kits, and the second one we'll have another unboxing video for that one, and that one I'm really looking forward to building. This one here though has always been one of my favorite aircraft, and the Demon is one of those that kind of has a bad rap. Had a bit of a troubled beginning. The Demon is one of the stranger looking aircraft to come out of the early 50s that saw actual naval service. Served about 9 years in fleet service and also in the reserves. First thing I noticed that someone has been in here before me. Looks like Squadron gave me a little bit of a advertisement. That's cool. That's fine. They're allowed to do that. We have a side compartment here, and we have our sprues here. Let's go ahead and open up with the side compartment. Let's see what we have in here. Okay, look at this. We got the canopy, all nice and wrapped and protected. I like it when they do that. It kind of makes it hard to see for unboxings, but better prepared, better protected. Another similar clear parts here as well. Looks like maybe a landing light. I don't know, was it a gun sight? I'm not sure what that is exactly. Probably some sort of navigation light. We have some photo etched here. That's kind of cool. For wing fences, spoilers, things like that. Here's the first sprue we have here. Now the nose actually is fitting onto the front of that, which we don't have here, but we got the air brake well here. Got some of the burner cans. I think that's the cockpit floor right there. That's pretty cool. The Demon's always been one of my favorite early 50s and 60s type aircraft, so this ought to be fun to do. Here's the nose here up top. The nose for the Demon is a little bit of a peculiar assembly. I have a feeling it's going to be a bit tough to get everything lined up and positioned correctly. Looks like the nose is slightly bent a bit, but that's fine. Looks like there's not much damage there. Alright, what do we got here? Okay, these are the inserts, it looks like, for the front 20mm cannon bays, and they will fit somewhere in the nose. It's kind of hard to tell exactly where they're going to go. I'm assuming they're going to go somewhere up front here. I don't know, we'll have to see when we actually get into it, but those are the 20mm cannons, and we might have to drill those out because they look like they're just very shallow holes. It's unfortunate. And then the top here looks like we have the beaver tail that attaches to the back of the tail cone. So that's cool. I have our flaps and some extra parts here for the arrestor hook. I like the flap designs. There's the air brake bay. Some extra parts there. Those actually be really cool. Put those on there. I always like aircraft with air brakes. For some reason it just kind of, I don't know, just I like it. So that looks pretty cool. Let's see what else we have here. Here are the wings and the rear aileron. So the wings are pretty wide. The original Demon was a little short, a little narrower wing. This is actually a pretty large wing. Looks decent. Top and bottom there. I'll have to insert for the wheelbase. Here the armament. We have some Sidewinder and Sparrow missiles along with the drop tanks. Funny thing about the drop tanks, usually drop tanks are supposed to increase your range. The funny thing about the Demon is with both drop tanks on, range actually reduced because the slipper tanks actually induced a lot of drag. So a lot of times when you're seeing these guys operationally in carrier service, you see them with only one drop tank. So we'll probably end up modeling it like that. I like symmetry, but in this case, I think it's going to serve best if we only put one drop tank on. And the last little bits and pieces, we have, looks like some pylons, we have our wheels. I'm not sure what this is. It's covered though, so it's probably important. So yeah, landing gear struts, landing gear covers, bays. Not sure what that is there. So overall, plastic looks pretty decent. Let's think what else we got here. Here are decals. You can see 2 sheets of decals. That's awesome. I love it when you have a bunch of decals. I'll have to look more at that later on. And the main part here, we have the instruction manual. So let's open this up and see what we have here. In traditional Hobbyboss fashion, we have a center fold-out here, color laminated fold-out, showing us our color scheme, our paint schemes here. So there is our first aircraft, the one on the box cover, the Felix the Cat symbol there. Got the Jolly Rogers, Black Lions. I'm not familiar with the bottom one here, but these are all really cool paint schemes. I actually think I would do this one. I like the symbol. So I'll probably end up doing this one. I mean, there's a whole bunch of different versions I can do, but that one kind of is speaking to me. So that one might be the winner. The Black Lion one is pretty cool too. I do like that. And we got some options, definitely. We'll have to think more about that as it kind of goes along. And I also have a book too that talks about the Demon and has all of the different units that used the Demon. So we can actually look through and probably find these exact aircraft. So give us some nice real world examples. Like I said, though, this one is probably the nicest of all of them. I like the orange, and so we'll probably end up doing this one. Now let's take a look at the actual instructions themselves here. So typical Hobby Boss layout, start with the cockpit, move yourself down into the gear bay here. A little different. That front landing gear is really, really complicated here. Let's see what else we got. Alright, so we do build the nose cone first. We're going to have to go ahead and get that filled with some sort of lead shot or BBs or something to keep that sitting on its nose gear. And plus the Demon has a bit of a very high front end, so I'll have to put a lot in there. Then we attach it into the fuselage and put the fuselage around the center nose. That's going to be a little problematic, I have a feeling, just because the alignment of that might be a bit of an issue. A burner can there, we'll have to put that together. Got our air brakes. The arrestor hook is pretty cool. Might have that in the down position. Be kind of fun to do, a little different. But I still worry about that. That area there with the nose cone and the fuselage might be a bit troublesome. We got here the rear decking, got the canopy. That's actually really cool to Hobby Boss to actually put in for you because, like, for example, in their Fury kit, didn't have that. I had to scratch build the rear decking behind the pilot seat. Got photo etched parts for the spoiler here, and also for the wing fences. I like the spoilers. Spoilers are always kind of neat to do. I have to look and see how those will go on. Looks like you can actually build the wings in a folded position as well. Yeah, by actually opening up the wings and slicing along that line right there, looks like you can actually open up the wings. I'm not sure if I want to do that. It would be kind of interesting, but if I cut the wing and I don't like it, I got to put it back together, and that may not go back all the way. So that's a tough decision to make. I don't know what you guys like to do with your naval aircraft that have foldable wings like that. I personally have never built an aircraft with folded wings before, so it might be something to consider. I do have the resource material, though, to go ahead and get in there and figure out what the wing fold mechanism looks like. So then we attach the rear stabilizers and the rudder, the wings. Here's with the gun bays. Now, the Demon carried 4 20mm cannons, 2 on each side. Some of the later models actually had one faired over because the Demon was a heavy aircraft anyway. And on top of being heavy, you also had the problem of having an underpowered engine. So that was not a very good combination. So a lot of times they would remove some of the upper guns so that they would actually save space and save weight. Either way, I'd have to drill these out because they are very shallow, and we'd have to go ahead and doctor that up a little bit too. I also have a resin insert for a different kit that would actually fit this to actually expose the 20mm ammo and armament. That might be kind of fun to do too. Might have to do a little bit of look at that later time. See what else we have here. So you got your front gear bay doors. You have your mid-air refueling package that could be attached to the side of the aircraft. That would be interesting to put on. I'm not sure if all Demons use those or not. I'd have to look back at my references and check them out. Main landing gears with the struts and that's pretty cool. And then finally the weapons and armament. This is kind of how they positioned there on the different stations. So we have sidewinders, we have sparrows, and we have drop tanks. So the drop tanks, like I said, I'd probably only do one on whatever pylon it actually would typically go onto. We'll have to do a little extra research to figure that out. So overall, I mean, not a bad looking kit. I've always liked 50s jets. 50s jets always kind of have a special place in my heart. There was just such a huge amount of development in the 50s. Some of these designs, you just would never see anything quite like this ever again, especially the Cutlass. And that is such an odd-looking aircraft, or the Skyray also. And even this aircraft. This aircraft is actually the predecessor to the F4 Phantom II. I might talk a little bit more about that when we actually get into building this thing, if I end up doing a build on this. And if you guys want to see something like that, if you guys want to see me actually build this kit, I would love to bring it out and put it up on the modeling table. I think it'd be a lot of fun to do. But anyway, that's about all we have time really for today. I just wanted to kind of give you a little look at what we have in the kit. I picked this up on Squadron, the mail order online, squadron.com. And I always like doing business with them. They're always very quick, and usually they have decent prices. Anyway, thank you so much, guys, for watching. If you guys have an interest in seeing me build this particular kit, I'd love to hear about it. Also, I actually have a different kit of the Demon that I picked up way back in the mid-2000s. So if you guys want to see maybe a kit-by-kit comparison, I could do something like that as well. That might be interesting to see. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this little look at the F3H-2 Demon by Hobbyboss in 1/48 scale. Join us next time for another kit unboxing video. And until then, happy modeling. We'll see you soon.